Today we're going to be putting together this St. Louis Hawken kit from Traditions. This looks to be a pretty easy kit to put together. It's already had a lot of the inletting done. From what I've read and what I've talked to other people about, there's a little bit of fitting that needs to be done around the trigger guard, but it's designed to be the kind of kit that we can just kind of hog through and see how far we can get. It's early morning here on a Saturday. I'm gonna crack this baby open and just go until I need a break. These kits are available just about wherever you get your muzzleloading supplies. If the local shop that you know doesn't carry these, odds are you can talk to them about ordering them, or you can order them online. Because it's a muzzleloader, you can pretty much get these mailed right to your door, which is pretty sweet. This one came in this kind of bubble wrap plastic material, so we're gonna crack it open and take a look at the parts, and then we'll start building. So this is our stock. As you can see, it's had a lot of the hard inletting done already for us. And they say this stuff is close to fitting, but some sanding work needs to be done. You can see here on the butt plate, there's quite a bit of material that needs to come off there to get that nice and flush, but really not a whole lot. You know, that's just maybe 20, 30 minutes with a sander. All of the brass still is, you know, in pretty rough shape. We'll need to clean that out. Pop that open there. You know, it's not a fine piece of wood, but it is nice to see some wood with some texture in here. This is by no means a fancy curly maple stock on these guns, but it does have some nice grain patterning that I think with the right stain will make it look nice. We've got a brass trigger guard. From what I've seen of original Hawkens, this is pretty close. There's going to be some work that we're going to do to this just to make it a little nicer, but there you can kind of see it as it comes to you. It's real polished on the outside and on the inside too, and we'll see if that just fits in there like they say. Got a ramrod. I think it's plastic or some kind of fiberglass. That's good. It'll be highly durable and won't really wear on our bore any, so that's neat. Oh, cool. The end here is threaded, so we can get some different jags and tools to put in there just in case we forget to put powder in sometime, which I'm betting will happen at some point. Our lock here has already been treated some. Give it a little old look. Here's the internals of this lock. It's nice to see a fairly traditional lock in these kits. A lot of times I've seen, and maybe this is on some of the older kits or some kind of weird hybrid kits at some point, they used a coil spring in here, but this one looks fairly traditional. They're at least getting it pretty, you know, visually close to what the originals had. Got a half cock. Pretty quick. This bag looks like our barrel rib. This is what we'll use to attach those ramrod pipes to. It's like it's just got several screw holes that we're just gonna put into the barrel. Here's our barrel. It's not a very long barrel, but the Hawkens weren't necessarily real long barrels. You can see here's the front end. It's nice, it's already coned in there for us. Dovetails for the sights are already done. And here you can see that important information there. 50 cal, 1 48 inch twist, Traditions, St. Louis Hawken. And the nice reminder here on this, use black powder or Pyrodex, do not use smokeless powder. So we're never gonna put any smokeless powder in this. We want to survive. Last here we've got just some hardware bits and bobs, lock bolts, screws. These sights on these are plastic. I think that's one of the things where they cut some corners on this. I did see a few people say that if you're really serious about this kit, to go ahead and order some metal sights to go with it. So once we get it put together, that might be something we look into, just on getting some more durable sights. We don't want anything to happen to these. I mean, out of everything I've seen on this gun so far, the thing that's gonna break is some plastic, and we don't wanna have our sights be busting on us in the woods. So we're gonna set those aside for now. It'll be a while before we put those on. Here's our trigger assembly. It's got a nice set trigger for us, and we should be able to tune this just a little bit once we get it together. So you can see that set trigger there in action. This is all cast. This plate here, it's inside the trigger guards. We're not really concerned about the look of this very much, but you could probably sand this some if you wanted it to have a different finish. Got our tang, nose cap. It looks like it's just about got the same finish brass that the trigger guard had on it. So Be a little touch-up work on this to get it where we want it to be. And then we've got our ramrod pipes. Each of these have, golly, it just looks like maybe 2 threads here. That's going to hook them to that barrel rib and then hook to the barrel. So they've already got a little bit of a wetting band here. So this is, and they've still got some mill marks on them. I don't know if you can tell in the video. So this is the kind of thing, we might go in here with a file, enhance these wetting bands just a little bit, and we'll get the machine marks off of here. On the back side of your bubble wrap, you're going to have all the paperwork. So we're going to go through off camera. I'm not going to read this to you, it'd be super boring. But they have a list of instructions here. Safety manual, we'll set that aside for now. It's not too much of a danger for us. And here's the main Hawken instructions book, and they also have an addendum here. I think some things have changed since they produced this. They threw this in here too. So we're gonna go through this, and we'll go through this then next. I'm a sucker for these manual illustrations. It's nice to see them still included with things. There's the instructions booklet in full. There's not a whole lot. It seems pretty basic. It's all outlined for us, so let's see what we need to do. So that's everything that's included in the box. In the next video, we're going to start with the instructions booklet and begin assembling this kit. I'd like to thank Mike Eater from Flintlocks LLC for getting this kit in for us. If you're interested in building one of these kits and you're an NMLRA member, get in touch with Mike at Flintlocks LLC. Tell him you're an NMLRA member, tell him which kit you'd like, and he'll go through his distributors and try to get that on order for you, and he'll give you a little bit of a discount on it too. I'd just like to thank Mike for getting this kit in for me. This summer has been really hard to get these kits, and Mike worked really hard to work with his distributors to get us one of these kits to build in the video. So thank you very much, Mike, and we hope you enjoy the video. We'll have a link to Mike's Facebook page and how to get in contact with him down in the description below. You can find his information and other vendors and craftspeople that support the NMLRA at nmlra.org/shopsmall.